Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith, the Smith in the Black channel here at Ticker Talker with the Strat Time Report. And today's one of those days where you really want to know where to be and how to follow the sequence. And what I mean about that is, if you take a look, let's take a look at the SPY. So SPY, remember yesterday, upper left, the 212 reversal, and then we gap down, but come back up into conflict. We're green from the opening, right? That's conflict. That's bad. We don't want that. We would prefer to have that follow through where it gets pounded, right? Because that would give us potentially, if you go to the upper middle, the potential outside weak. So the question is, can we take this back red, or what is this going to set up by the end of the day? So if we close green closer to here, we'd be closer to another 2-2 reversal back up, right? Chop them up, and that would give us close to a doji weak, which we do not want. We would prefer this to fail. So if you take a look, what we're going to do for the rest of the day is you're going to follow these 60s, right? And so you had a 2 down, and 2 up, and now what's this next 2, right? Which side of this do we take out? So if we can take this out, 345.15 here in the next hour, that would get my attention. If we're going to roll back down, that's what it would look like, right? So also what we'd look for here is all the broader averages. How are they lining up? And so if you go to QQQ, Q's weaker. You can see that they're closer to taking this out and did not take out the morning high. So that tells us we got a better chance at QQQ coming in here, and you can see upper left. You see that daily slightly green. If we can turn that back red, that would help. That would really help to get things moving. So if we got Facebook going to the lows right now, so some of those big boys not participating, that would help to try and get this thing rolling. But one of the things we do look for, well, first of all, I tweet out Mind the Gap in the morning, and then we go through that on the channel. What we're looking for, FSLY. FSLY did this. If you go down to a 15-minute, here, there's your 212 inside bar reversal on the 15-minute here, and that was above 89.43, and you didn't have a lower low until here, 92.25. Not a bad trade there. Then if you took this 2-2 reversal on the 15, then you can ride it back down, because anytime it goes poking into highs, like you might have been able to try it here, it didn't work, but if you did here, now you've got your reversal on the 15 coming back down. And if you go to the 30, you'll see this. Here, this was a gap down. There's your 2-2 reversal on the 30 here, right? Above 90, because this was lower than that. This takes out that high. And then here, there's your reversal back down below this, 92.36. Now you can make money on both sides of that thing, you see? Okay, very nice. So when I talk about the sequence of things you want to go after, right? So when the market does this, SPY gaps down, right, and starts rallying back, right out the chute, it starts rallying back like so. You always want to put yourself in the mindset of the people that are caught on the wrong side, right? Who's caught on the wrong side? Anybody short something that's taking out yesterday's highs. They got what they wanted and the market tanked, right? So you're going right immediately, first box here, ZM, in their face. Inside day, it didn't gap. It opened and took this out. 519.80, trading 537, and it was already inside weak to the upside, full time frame continuity to the upside. And if you go to a 15er, you could even wait for something like this. I missed it. No, you didn't. 2 up, 2 down, boom, right here. 533.73, there you go. Nice little trick, ZM. If we go to, also it's a crude oil day. And so you wait for that number to come out, right? And the crude, boom, right here. That's a reversal. This is a gap down, boom, right there is a reversal here. And what that did was a lot of these energies had some opening reversals, and I know they don't go too far, but you have like PXD. You can see this gap down. That's a 2-2 reversal back up. XEC, I think so. Yep, right back in their face and all that kind of stuff. EOG. Real simple stuff, and that takes an hour to set up, and then boom, off you go, and you got your reversals going in there. Then you can also go to the guys who you know people want to be short. Oh yeah, Peloton, in your face again. And so Peloton comes down, and then once it goes green here on the upper left, that's a potential outside day. Then if you go down to a 30-minute, you're going to see this, the inside 30 right here, 2-1, boom. That's going to give you the broadening formation, as you can see the triangle like so. That gives you the outside day in their face again, Peloton. If we go to Grubhub, And Grubhub, once again, anybody taking out Friday's highs or yesterday's highs are not taking out the lows. And you see Grubhub opens down slightly and then right back in their face. Getting you good 60s out of this thing? You did. Right here, inside 60, right? On the slight gap into here, inside 60, gives it to you right here at 81.66, trading 83, not bad. Okay, still keeping one eye on these broader averages to see if they start rolling back down. And we'll get to the pukers in a second here. Because we had a rally back here in regional banks, believe it or not, KRE. Started rallying back here, and that gave you Northern Trust. NTRS for the outside day. You see here, this is an inside day, slightly goes down, but once that goes green and starts coming through here, that's going to be an outside bar because we know outside bars exist. And if that works, potentially right here you're taking out last month's highs, and that took out last month's lows here. So that is a 222 reversal here over 86.24. So that's still good. So we'll see if that sets up again for you. If we go to Motorola, and Motorola here, once again, the outside day pops down a little bit, and then boom, right, and boom, and when that went green on the 60 in the daily, it was full time frame continuity to the upside. You see, it was green on all time frames. That tells me the buyers are taking the offer. Good things tend to happen when you use time frame continuity. Trust me on that one. If you go to Kirk here, once again, upper left, outside day, lower middle, inside month to the upside, right? So that monthly signal gave it to you at 982. Then here, drops down but goes green, and then inside on the 60 here in the lower left. Right here to take this out over 1189, coming back through previous range. Anybody short? It's going to be short against that and that and that and that and that, and boom, they're gone. Thanks for playing. If you go to Gracechem, GRA, talked about this yesterday, right? Upper middle, inside weak to the upside, coming back through a previous range, right? If you go to the lower middle, pokes down a little bit on last month. Now it's potential outside month, right? It is. Continuation here on the daily, and you can see some more highs to go after up through in here. We'll see what comes of that. All right, watching these cues trying to fade a little bit. We're just getting a little quiet in here. So we'll see what comes of all that. You got JB Hunt Trucker. Another big outside day, going outside month here. Now we'll see it stalls out a little bit here in the 60. See if we got any good 15s in here. And we'll see. There was an inside 15er right there. Now it's dropping back in. So the problem with the outside bars, it is a broadening formation. So if you're going to come back through it, that's something we want to know about too, right? Once you get back into that range. Right now, broader averages, keeping an eye on is just a little quiet. OM. And OM here on the weekly. It's a new issue, and you can see this here. This is lower than that, and then here's the 2-2 reversal back up over 46.65, trading 51.29, not bad. If we go to Boeing, and Boeing here, one of the things I like about teaching the 60s, it takes an hour to set up. It's not that hard to follow. Gap down, here, hammer, boom, right there you're in. 2-2 reversal in Boeing over 161.11. $2-3 there, not bad. We'll take that. If we go to the crowd, how's the crowd doing? See if the crowd starts to fade again. Yeah, because we had the two down, and then boom. And you see this. This is why you need to defend things. And what I mean by that is once this thing takes this out, this becomes an outside bar. Then it's got to stay out. Otherwise, this thing can come all the way back through. So we'll see what comes of that. Broader average is still drying up on me here. If we go to UNFI, and UNFI, here's the upper middle, outside week, inside week, right? No gap above 18, trading 1974, nice percentage gains. And you can see this inside day pokes down a little bit. As soon as it starts coming back through here, we call that a one-bar rev strat. That's going to go outside bar, which it did, right? Boom, and if that works, it's going after last month's highs down here in the lower middle, 1971. You took that too. If we go to Brinker, EAT, and EAT, once again, anybody taking out yesterday's highs, you can see it's poked down a little bit, but as soon as it takes that out, you're in, right out the chute, right? Because you got full time frame continuity, everything was green, and you're going outside month, and that'll tell you to look at DRI maybe. How are they doing? DRA goes outside day. All right, so knowing where to be in this environment is very important. If we go to, well, let's go to some puking. VRTX. And once again, if I mentioned that all my videos here at Smith and the Black channel are free, you just got to come see them. And the nightly video, rarely longer than 3 minutes. What did I talk about 2 nights ago? I talked about the setup here. Take out the high, and then looking to take out the low for a 2-2. Did I talk about this one? I sure did. And if you took that and held on, good for you. Nothing like 275 down to 216 on a gap puker. And then, even if you missed it, here is how you get in on the 15-minute. This is a gap down, then it tries to reverse here but fails, right? So this, by taking out that high, is a 2 up, and this is your 2-2 reversal right here below 228.01 with the magnitude to take out this, so these become an outside bar. And then if you can trail it down here, no higher highs until all the way down into here. Real nice trade there. If we go to PNC Bank, with those other banks rallying back, you can see this thing's still having some problems here. Here staying red, right? So we'll see if we can get inside 60 out of something like that. You're also not getting much help. While these NASDAQ, usually the big boys who are helping Netflix, trying to take this 60 down, just kind of sitting here, but staying near the lows of the day. And that's, if you're watching the NASDAQ, you can watch that. And obviously the fangers, Amazon, still not going very far. They're not doing much, just kind of sitting there. But they certainly didn't rally back with the S&P as yet. So we're going to keep an eye on those to see if they want to bring down the house. Facebook's still skirting the lows on there. If you go to DQ, disqualified. Here's your inside day to the downside. That's still hanging there, right? So we'll see if that sets up again too. New high list rolling along here. AAXN also on the long side. Just goes to the highs. Once again, your outside day, and this was alerted us because of this. The inside month to the upside here. This is a 2 down inside month. Boom, back through previous range. We're going to take out the highs, which it indeed did. Adobe was another one that you want to look at here. Once again, in the sequence, that when the market opens and starts rallying back, one of the things you want to look for is the stocks to take out the morning lows. And the reason you want to do that, just like why we want to go after yesterday's highs on the opening, everybody short got what they wanted. Well, anybody who bought this morning got what they wanted as the market started to rally back. But if their stock starts to drop, guess where they put their stops? Low of the day. Do we know that one? Well, we do. And so if you can see this Adobe went inside on the 15, boom, took these guys out. Then anybody tried to bottom pick it here, got another insider, and boom, in their face again. So knowing that sequence is very important. EXPE, Pandemia, having some problems. You can see something that doesn't rally back. Outside weaker here, up the upper middle, going after taking out last month's lows. And how's the 60 doing here? There you go. There's your inside on the 60. Right, this takes 2 hours to set up. There's no way you miss this thing, right? Boom, just hit that thing right here. 89.61, you're in. Let her keep puking for you, and then move your stops down. Not bad. If we go to, how about Johnny Paycheck's doing here? PAYX. So anything that's still skirting the lows, not falling apart, but certainly we'll keep an eye on stuff like that. INCY was having some issues here, I believe. INCY still staying down here, and potential outside weak here if you look at up the upper middle, potential outside weak. We also got a new issue trading here, ARRY. How's that thing doing? ARRY, let's see how you welcome to the world. How's your 5 minute? Chopping them up, so we'll see. So the thing about an IPO is you don't have a lot of information to go off of, but all these signals that I'm showing you work on all time frames, so you can keep an eye on that. A couple more up there to DraftKings. DraftKings still inside in the 60s. We can keep an eye on that. Still having some problems. Weekly not doing, weekly here, still taking out last week's lows, and hopefully you get that outside month in here. But right now, keeping an eye on this QQQ weakness to see it once again. Either side of each 60 this afternoon is going to tell us what we want to do. Right now, if we take this out, we're looking for the short side. If we take out the other highs on the 60s, we're looking on the long side. So back and forth we go. Hopefully, like I said, we go back into full time frame continuity on some of this stuff to the downside. Otherwise, we stay in conflict and we might just sit around here. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, the Smith and Black Channel here at Ticker Tiger with a Strat Time Report.